We just poked the hornet's nest and it's already stinging back. Iran just fired missiles at U.S. bases in Qatar and Iraq, exactly what every military expert warned would happen. This isn't your average Middle Eastern conflict. Iran isn't Iraq. Iran isn't Afghanistan. Iran is a religious theocracy that literally sent children into minefields to clear paths for their tanks. And we just gave them every reason to unleash hell. Let me paint you a picture. During the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, Iran was getting decimated by Saddam Hussein's superior military. So what did they do? They sent waves of teenagers running into machine gun fire with plastic keys around their necks, keys to paradise. They defeated one of the world's most powerful armies using pure religious fanaticism and a willingness to die that Western minds can't comprehend. This isn't a government that calculates profit and loss. This is a regime that views martyrdom as victory, and we just declared war on them. Here's what changed overnight and what just became reality. Every single American base, embassy, and facility worldwide just became a legitimate target. Iran doesn't fight fair. They've spent 40 years building the world's most sophisticated proxy network, and they just proved it works. Less than 48 hours after we bombed their nuclear sites, Iran launched 10 missiles at Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, home to 8,000 American troops. They hit our base in Iraq, too. Qatar's saying they intercepted them, but the message is crystal clear. We can reach you anywhere. These aren't just regional players anymore. Iranian-backed groups have cells from South America to Southeast Asia. That naval base in Bahrain, target. That embassy in Germany, target. That military contractor in the Philippines, target. We just activated a global network that's been waiting decades for this moment. But here's where it gets really scary. Ukraine just gave Iran the blueprint for asymmetric warfare. Those $1,000 Ukrainian drones that are striking Russian oil refineries 500 miles away, Iran's been taking notes. They don't need F-35s when a garage-built drone can sink a destroyer. They don't need ballistic missiles when swarm attacks of cheap drones can overwhelm any defense system. Ukraine proved that modern warfare isn't about who has the fanciest toys. It's about who's willing to innovate faster than their enemy can adapt. And sitting in the background watching this unfold with popcorn is China. While America bleeds money and resources in another Middle Eastern war, Beijing is securing cheap Russian oil and gas. While we're spending billions on military operations, they're investing in infrastructure and technology. Even better for China, they can supply Iran with all the drone technology, semiconductors, and dual-use equipment they need through back channels. Every American dollar spent on this conflict is a dollar not spent competing with China economically. Xi Jinping's probably laughing all the way to the bank. Let's talk about what this means for your wallet. Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of global oil passes through that choke point. One coordinated attack, and gas prices don't just spike, they explode. China gets cheap Russian oil while Americans pay $6 per gallon. Iran doesn't need to win militarily. They just need to make this so expensive that America bleeds out economically. And here's the terrifying reality. We put someone in charge who thinks foreign policy is a Twitter thread. Iran has spent decades planning for exactly this scenario, asymmetric warfare against a technologically superior but strategically impatient superpower. Seasoned diplomats spend entire careers avoiding this exact situation. Why? Because once you're in, there's no clean way out. Ask anyone who served in Iraq or Afghanistan. So buckle up, America. The retaliation has already begun. Missiles flying at our bases within 48 hours. We just started a war with a country that views death as victory, has a global network of proxies, access to cutting-edge drone technology, and backing from our primary economic rival. This isn't going to end well, and we're all going to pay the price. The question isn't whether Iran will retaliate anymore, they already are. The question is how many American lives and how much treasure we're willing to sacrifice for one man's ego. So, what do you think about how long before the man-child in the Oval Office goes begging to Iran for forgiveness, and how much will he give away to secure peace? Comments below, and please like and subscribe so I can bring you more analysis that goes to the heart of this coming war.